Ladies and gentlemen, please, one more time for Handsome Handsome! I've seen these guys a lot of times, and they never cease to amaze. So it's always great to have them around. I really hope to continue the hobby in the future because it's a very pleasurable one. Okay, well, we are almost getting to the end of the night. We do have one more act left for you, but just once again, I'd like you all to give a very big, get it all together, very, very, very big cheer for the Grand Social! Okay, take that cheer, loaded with amphetamines, and give a massive, massive cheer for all the acts who will play tonight! All so kindly given their time for this great cause. Give a great, 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 great big chant. Take the amphetamine cheers and, you know, pump it up big, give it coffee for UNICEF! Who do such incredible work, and that's who we're here for tonight. Take that coffee-soaked, I can't remember what they took at this stage, but they took something. And please give a huge, 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 huge thank you to our sound engineer for this evening, Mr. Joey Kenny! And I can announce that we have raised so far tonight, and this is incredible. Thank you all so much. Over €1,250. I say over because we counted it about 5 minutes ago, and since then we've raised at least another 50 quid. So thank you all so much. I just want to point your attention to the fact that there is still merchandise available that has been generously donated by artists who've been playing here this evening. We have Goyas by Mr. Kevin Brennan, an incredible tale of life on the road. One of the quotes in the back of the book is, "There's an awful lot of cursing and swearing here," that's by his mother. We also have very generously donated an album by the name of The Adventures of Captain Mac and the Starship Peace and Unity by Mr. Kevin Vaughan and friends, and it is I've only heard bits of it, but it's really, really good. And Kevin never disappoints, trust me. And we also have on vinyl for the retro amongst us, we have Mr. Kevin Nolan was with us earlier on, and incredible set. And this is his debut album, Frederick and the Golden Dawn. It is an incredible album. Seriously, if you have a vinyl player, play it. Buy it and play it. It's an incredible album.
And a huge round of applause, please, for the host of tonight, Mr. Hugh Hick.
But anyway, all these are available in just by the door, by the bar there. This is come in. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I will delay you no more. Can we get a cheer? Just a test cheer. 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, wait. Let's get better, mate. Okay, that was a good cheer, right? It was your pedestrian cheer. But let's get a bigger cheer. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that was very good, but I'm going to do it one more time. On 3, the biggest cheer. 1, 2, 3.
The song's called Star Wars.
everything life just couldn't bring. I dug for miles into the ground to stop your cries from echoing. May the force be with you now. 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 Oh, may the force be with you now. May the force be with you now. May the force be with you now. May the force be with you now.
I can't see that you sold me all across the breeze. I know I'm feeling it now, but this earth inside of me just won't move for anyone. Won't move for anyone.
Sight on sins, discomfort in your eyes, and all you wanted was the beats of life inside of me. But I walked you down and I let you drown, and I can hardly see it all. Your sounds were troubling. May the force be with you now. Everybody, may the force be with you now. 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 May the force be with you now.
I won't go. I can hardly see where you wanted me. And in all of this, I know I couldn't it now. Oh, but this earth inside of me just won't move for anyone. Won't move for anyone.
You can be my heartbeat. It's just not fair. Oh, you could hardly even see, and I walked you down, and you could hardly even breathe. You can hardly help yourself. Oh, you can hardly help yourself. May the force be with you now. 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 I walked you down, and you just try to help me see. Just try to help yourself. Oh, you can hardly help yourself. I walked you down now. Oh, I just feel you drowning now. Oh, I can hardly see it all. It's all in trouble.
May the force be with you all.
The song is called Street Secrets. Joey, just trying to get some sound on the orange here.
This song's about a prostitute. resident.
Song's called Fucking A.
Fucking A.
Can I get a bit more vocal in the veins, please? If you look closely, you'll see me. I'm the stain that doesn't leave, the radiation that you breathe. You see me, extra lives against my neck. Real deep and we alright. I'm gonna try to dig my fingers into every fucking pie. Extra lives against my neck. Real deep and we alright. I'm gonna try. Extra lives. I'm the U.S. fucking A. Fucking A. Fucking A. Fucking A. Down the end of your feet, I'm crawling inside all the streets. I'm the static on your screen. yeah, this is the last song. It's called Fight the Feeling.
Before we finish up, can I just have a massive thanks for Animals We Are? And a huge thanks for everybody who performed today. It was an amazing day. Congratulations to you, Steph. Congratulations to all the performers, all the people who came to watch. It's really great. Thanks so much. It was great for everybody.
It's about not believing in an organised religion, but don't worry, you're not fucked. There is something else after this. No idea what it is, but you can see. Fight the feeling, get the story legend. You see, I'm holding out more. Don't hate 'cause love is all we need to make amends. The earth will hold you like animals. What is it? We're animals, are we? Thanks very much.
We all
Thanks,
have
Johnny.
those crises of conscience. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Animals Are We! And that is the end of it. Thank you so much to all of you for coming. Thank you so much for donating. Thank you so much for buying the merch that was on sale. And thanks so much for putting it with me and Marcus's hat. What do you think of my hat? It's Marcus's hat, so thanks so much for him for contributing that. And ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Grand Social for putting this on. And And one more time for Mr. Johnny Wage. Here's where the awards. And one more time for all the performers tonight. That's pretty much us. So God bless. Talk to you soon. Take care.